got ourselves DV over. Oh, your bog is all over the place. That chest looks almost like a bib, doesn't it? We got ourselves DV in here. We got ourselves Emotes. Yo, coming back in as a marksman. Look at this guy. That helm, the weapon. I don't know why those two kind of match in color scheme, don't they? We got ourselves MM. We got ourselves Kylie. We got ourselves Beggar. It looks like Aloni in the back. We got ourselves Andrew over for the team too. We got ourselves Coffee Boy in the Feral. Paladin. Empal. Pal. We got a Pal. With Jacob in the back as well as Nate. And look at this mount, by the way. Imagine this with a purple and a golden metal bits. That's what that next mount is going to look like. I'm really happy with what they're doing with the new seasonal Mythic Plus mount. Going to be Kylene, I guess. Going for a nice slash wave versus Ampa. Hopefully they're aware that Ampa. And that's actually going to be playing the Imp. Are they trying to go for an anti-Hodge build? Or is it like some weird PvE build they're trying to play here with the Imp? Trying to keep the dots and the slows going versus Ampa. He's going to have to go for a Hand of Freedom really early. Going to be a Decimated Bolt trying to get set up really early for the Paladin. Does in the pet to interrupt and remove the Hodge. So Kylie actually has basically immunity to CC. Every time they get hit with the Hodge, they can just remove it, bubble out of Ampa. And Kylie's going to have to go for a port. Trying to get away from Paladin, who just burned Bubble and Wings. Fleshcraft reset himself back up to full. Kylan sending up another Decimated Bolt. Fear maybe versus Ampa. And it's going to be dropping down a big Infernal with the Bonds of Fel maybe porting out of there. Trying to keep himself afloat. Mortal Ampa is going to end up breaking the Bonds of Fel with a Castable to follow stun right after. And does Kylie Jenner... Kylie, I keep trying to call him Kylie Jenner. Because we have Kylie Jenner over on the NA. Do they have a tier set or do they not play with a tier? Looks like they're not even playing a really Infernal build unless they're just getting unlucky with the Infernal summons. Got himself the instant cast bolts, so they definitely play the tier. And it's going to be Kylie trying to see if they may be able to swing around the corner. Conflagration back to back versus Empa. And that's going to be a flash of lights as the Infernal does dissipate. And Kylie keeping that pet, keeping the Imp basically on passive just for the dispels on the Hodge. This is going to be a Hodge immediate dispel. Should be immediate fast casting. Decimated Bolt as Ampa is kind of lowish on health. It's going to end up getting hit with a Fear. Decimated Bolt getting reset up Kylie, I think. Just trying to keep CC rolling with it. Decimated Bolt doesn't have Incinerator to follow. Could be big damage versus Ampa. Incinerator 1, Incinerator 2 might be in trouble. Oh, I feel like that first Incinerator took him out. As I'm not even looking for Chaos Balls, they're just looking for Mad Incinerates. And Angela's going to hit with some Mad Incinerates. Try to go for CC onto the pet. Next Incinerate could be really deadly. Chaos Bolt is going to be able to burn through a shield. Turn Evil onto the pet. Is going to get CC'd. So Angela might potentially be able to get a Hodge. It's going to be Kylie looking for a bit of a reset. That's going to be that pet. Unable to interrupt for them. It looks like it's going to be Human Rush to break him out of it. Chaos Bolt to follow with a wall. It's actually not a wall. That's going to be just the result. Kylie in super low health. Does give him some mad heal. Do they have anything to follow? It's going to be a Fear onto Anta, who does break out pretty quickly. Stun into Kylie, might be in big trouble unless they have a double Chaos Bolt. Anta with that bubble. Kylie backing up out of there. I think it might be a deadly situation for this Warlock unless they get maybe a heal or something for Anta. They're definitely gonna have to go for a heal at some point or another. Unless Darpa can come back up very soon. Definitely needs to make sure there's plenty of range versus Anta. Maybe go for a bit of a drain. He's going to set up for a Decimated Bolt with a drain left to follow. Anta could still be in trouble. Kylie does end up getting a little bit of healing. But the Warlock is definitely in a bit of a tight spot. Andrew can always go for a CC onto the pet. Fear onto the Pala. God, Kylie super low in hell. Kylie does miss the Bonds of Fel, which super forces get an immolation onto Andrew. Flash could back up, so might give him a little bit of a fighting chance. With the Dark Pack coming back out very soon. Those turn evil is going to end up CCing the pet. Kylie is going to hit it with a stun. Could potentially go for Dark Pack. Mortal available in case. No more bubble for Andrew. Could still be in trouble. Blasting through the shields. Kylie might be in big trouble here. Let's take a Mortal. Does go for a port. Mortal super low in health. Gizmo getting set up. Do they have a big double bolt available? Going to be Incinerate to follow versus Ant. I think Kylie still might be in trouble here unless they have mobility. Shadow Fear around the corner. Ant slamming them out of the park, taking them out. As is going to be Im on trend with a not Mortal, but it's going to be not Decimated Bolt. Literally burning through every single ability. That is a Hunter ability. The Death Chakram trying to go for a sniper shot onto Anta for the percentage health damage. That's exactly what he's opening up for, a sniper shot, maybe with Rapid Fire to follow. It does do a bit of decent percentage health damage. Is that what am I trying to say? Is that reduced by armor since it is physical? Like, does it do damage equal to percentage of their health but then reduced by armor and versatility? Or is it just percentage is going to guarantee knock out a certain percentage of someone's health, no matter the armor, no matter the abilities they got, no matter the defensives? Rapid fire around the corner. Emotes does get a line of sight, a bit extra damage. Answer with the freezing trap on top of him has Hand of Freedom, and Emotes should be able to max the range and maybe get a slow one to Answer and keep him kited out, as Answer doesn't really have a lot of mobility for the moment. Gonna be a big double tap for Emotes. Lots of damage on the Answer, actually getting a lot of procs, forcing a bubble out of the Paladin. Emotes actually was able to get quite a bit of damage, going for the big procs. I think was getting back to back. What is it? Loaded? Instant cast aim shots. I don't remember what the talent is called. Lock and load, I think. Gonna be potential freezing trap on the Answer. Does avoid it, and it's gonna be slamming down Emotes. Tried his very, very best. Was able to get a little bit of cooldowns out of Answer at the very end there. But then Answer, being a Paladin, does end up slamming him out with Alonia going in for a full stun versus Answer. Big bleeds up. Answer does have wings rolling in. No more immunities left. You still have to go for big damage versus Alonia. Or needs to go for as much self-healing as possible. Building up for Holy Power. Works up for a second. Looks to try to play it very, very defensively. Does he have any more self-healing? I think it's just over. I think Daz has got to melt it. It looks like Kyrie Boy. Just expect for that man just to melt. Gonna be a full, not a Convoke Burst, but it's gonna be full Berserk Burst. It's gonna be Alonia with Cyclone. Kyrie Boy trickles out of immediately. Alonia, does he go maybe for another Cyclone? If he goes for another clone and gets interrupted on a clone, he could go for a Flesh Scout. That might be the way to go. Trying to go for Regrowth. It's going to be Skull Bash on a Kavi. Wait, Alonia can actually just go for a Flesh Cut if they want to, unless they don't have it. Maymun to Alonia might be really bad. Does Kavi Boy have enough pressure, enough damage? Needs some War Stomp him. Alonia trick inside it with a Barrier Form wall, just trying to escape the Resonator Grenade Trinket. Damn, Kevin, yeah. Kevin ate his trap. Oh, really? Oh, that's unfortunate. I didn't even realize it. That's going to be Kavi Boy. Get it hit with a full tier set burst out of Alonia. Alonia actually shot and melted that CC. Oh! He actually shot and melted the CC. We're just finding out that Emotes had himself a Kevin, or Kevin was up for the Paladin. And apparently the freezer trap would have let the Hunter escape, but Kevin Slime apparently ate it. Super unfortunate, but Kevin doesn't make it the plays, dude. Kevin is a bro. He literally ate the freezer trap. What a homie. Alonia getting hit with a harpoon, rooted in place, does a Barson as well as Thorns. Jacob can deny a lot of that Thorns damage by going for as much range damage versus Alonia. Flanker Strike is going to do a bit of damage, get the Feral kind of low, and use the kill shot to follow. It's going to be trick out of Jacob. Continue to grenade pressure versus Alonia. Does get the flame shot back in there. Alonia has no way of escaping. Does go for a bash, but I think it's going to be over kill shot by Jacob. Taking him out. That's going to be flare down for Beggar. And Beggar's going to go for a bit of a sap on Jacob. Can Jacob bring it back for his team? Took down the Feral, could potentially maybe deal with Beggar. That is going to be a rogue, likely with full Sepsis, full Night Fae Assassination Rogue Burst. Hunter's Mark ready to go. Or Mark for Death ready to go, rather. And no flare. Has himself. Oh, a Steel Trap. Stop in minimum place. We didn't even see the Steel Trap on the ground for a second. Beggar does go for a reset, but the stunner from afar. Jacob just going for the most amount of damage. It's going to be grenades and everything. Trying to keep the damage versus Beggar at bay. No more cloak for the rogue. With the Feign Death and another Steel Trap to separate. Beggar just needs to find a way to get on top of Jacob and finally do some damage. Just trying to get the most damage rolling, holding on to Vendetta for a little bit later. Going to be the full kidney shot. Beggar with evasion. Finally full damage to Jacob. Jacob needs to remove those dots as soon as possible. Kyrian bursts out of Beggar. Wait, Beggar actually swapped it out to go full Kyrian. And Jacob, seeing DV, just kind of trying to charge out from the Team 2 in starting area. Jacob is under a ton of pressure right now. It's going to be full damage out of DV. Looking for the big executes. Does Jacob get to have an escape? I think with the Warbreaker, it's over. And DV is going to be able to at least slam down the Hunter. Did start out in a different area. Normally he'll be starting all the way from this far side. But did reposition. I guess technically he at least had a start. Technically. Because some of you guys do like to hang out with the other team boys from time to time. Nay setting up a massive drain cell. DV got nothing for it. Actually just got drained. This far in the duel with dampening, and I guess on Troy there's no way he could heal. But being able to drain him out of the end does help out a ton. Andrew with 2. Looks like Jacob with 2. Quick snipes. And Alonia picking up a couple of kills there as well. Said next to me WTF? Yeah, I do agree with that. That's a little bit like a little bit of a gray area. It's better if you guys start like at the very beginning where you normally chill at.